So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at who's coming through in the VFL, who's pushing for selection, because it's a very important thing to look at. You want to know a little bit about your depth. So Dan, you've got a few names here, and most of them, if not all of them, are on the extended bench as we talk right now.
Yep.
So let's have a look at who's pushing for selection and where they're at and what they need to do.
Yep, so I mean what we've done is it's been quite hard this one, because to make it fair, I've taken 8 games that they've played at state level.
Okay.
So
Any 8 games or
just the last 8 games
the recent
that they've played.
last 8
so,
games.
like obviously Deluca's got a few for when he was up back in WA.
Yep.
Hugh Goddard's got a few that he played for Sandringham.
Okay.
So it's been a tough one.
Yep.
To try and get a fair reflection. So we've got Darcy Lang, who's first cab on the rank, and probably you'd say
Yeah, I think he'll
pretty
come
much
in.
penciled in.
Teague said in the press conference today that he was very, very, very likely to come in. So that's all but confirming. But
He's been a tough one because, I mean, this is a guy that Geelong's fought hard to keep.
yeah,
And he only left because of the Gary Ablett trade.
Yep.
And he did really well when Danger got injured. He really took on that half-forward midfield role.
Yep.
So he's had a fairly good VFL. It's not been outstanding though.
Yeah.
But his numbers are solid. I mean, one thing with Darcy though is he's a bit of a butcher of the football. Like you can see there, 50% efficiency.
yeah, and that's just not what we want from a guy of that experience, I guess. That's
Definitely
probably
not.
the criticism.
It's something that he does struggle with. But I mean, aside from that, he has got some wonderful numbers. He does get players involved, 3.7 score involvements, not bad inside 50 efficiency as well. So I mean, he's tackling those impressed me. He's really improved on
Yep.
that pressure, and that's something that they all have to do for
Yeah,
Carlton.
well, if you want
be
to play
in.
for Carlton in this system, yeah.
And he's really increased. If you look at his AFL numbers to his VFL numbers, massive increase in his consistency to deliver tackles and pressure acts.
Righto.
So I mean, next up, Hugh Goddard probably been guaranteed to win best and fairest.
In my opinion, he's been the best of the lot. I mean, Deluca, it's hard to judge him because he obviously hasn't been there. But Hugh Goddard, I went and watched him a few weeks ago, and he was the standout by a country mile. It's just there's an AFL team with a plethora of defenders, and he just can't crack into that side.
The problem is we've got about 5 key defenders.
Yep.
Who do you drop? So,
Yeah.
But what massive impressions? Whoever remembers him at St Kilda, like my wife's a St Kilda fan, so see a lot of Saints.
Yep.
This guy was solid and only left because they got Carlisle at fullback.
Right.
Real solid footballer.
Yeah.
And he's added a dimension to his game where he used to be a lockdown defender. He's now starting to take the game on. We're starting to see a more progressive play.
The intercept possessions,
Yeah, he's
definitely.
wonderful play. I mean, if you look there, 7 intercept possessions. That would put him second in the Carlton backline already.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's huge. He's really getting forward with the ball. He's
Yep.
really
driving
putting
it forward.
pressure on, hard in the tackle.
His
uses
TPI
it-
is through the roof for
Yeah,
a guy
he's-
in his position.
He's killing it in VFL, and we can see there that we have the asterisk by the TPI AFL.
Yeah.
It says that he understands VFL is easy compared to AFL.
Okay.
So it's telling us what we'd expect if he was playing in the first team for them 8 games.
Mm-hmm.
So real solid. He's actually got the same mark as Liam Jones has got.
Yep. There you go. There you go. There's an interesting one. Well, I mean, depth is never a bad thing.
It's not, no.
Yep.
So-
It's just a matter of how do you best manage him to maybe bring up his value. I don't know. I don't believe. I mean, we just got him this year, so I don't think we'll be trading him at the end of the year. But I mean, for him, he'd probably be really itchy to get out there. So
Oh.
it's an interesting one.
Very good player. I
Yep.
mean, next up we've got everyone's favourite, I reckon,
the
CDK.
King. Yep. He's really put some size on.
I'm a big fan of Tom.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's going to be a solid footballer.
Yep.
I mean, one thing, he's a modern day ruckman.
Yeah.
So we've got to remember Cruiser's on the way out. He's a dinosaur.
Yep.
Modern day ruckman, agile, athletic,
Yep.
extra midfielder. Since that third man up rule's gone.
Yeah. If Cruiser can teach this athletic kid how to be a bit of a mongrel and how to use those follow-up efforts, he's a great mentor for him, for a kid that has pure athleticism.
He's going to be good. So I mean, like we look at the numbers, he's averaging about the same touches as Cruiser. Decent efficiency for a ruckman. They're not really known for their quality with ball at feet and hands. He puts the pressure acts there. He's intense. I mean, the one thing he needs to, he's an iron art, is his turnovers. He does lose the ball a bit. But I mean, all in all, he's been in and out of the side, quite injured.
Yeah.
I mean, AFL status is saying negative 1.29.
Yep.
Interesting to note though, Riley O'Brien, his first 2 games, he was negative 6.
Okay.
And he's now 7.
Yep. Wow.
So Ruckman can really get their TPIs up.
Yep.
So I mean, Tom de Koning probably a couple of weeks away, but definitely will be Carlton's staple ruckman for the next 10 years, I'd say.
Righto. Next up, Jarrod Garlett.
Garlett, thank God this guy's back on the half-forward line.
Yeah.
Because, it didn't work as a back. So
Certainly didn't.
So, what I've done with Jarrod is I've actually taken his forward stats.
Okay. His last 8 games where he played as a forward.
Ignored this ridiculous
enough.
nonsense of him being a pocket back or whatever we were trying to do.
Yeah.
So, you look, the fairly rudimentary pocket forward numbers.
Solid pressure acts.
I mean, this guy is all Aboriginal players though have pressure acts.
Yeah, they do.
Like the staple.
Yeah,
They're intense to the ball.
Yeah, they are.
And I love Garlett. I think he's got X factor. I'm one of the few Carlton fans in the world. I like him.
I think John is a very, very big fan of his as well.
I love him. This guy's got. He shows it. Just not enough, but he's got it there.
Yep.
The TPI in the AFL is saying negative 75, so he's saying he's got a lot to work on. But these are definitely solid numbers, and if he can put in another game like last week, I reckon he's there or thereabouts.
Yep.
We don't have an X factor forward, I don't think.
No, that's right.
Forward.
And that's obviously the appeal of Garlett.
Next is the man who derides every Carlton fan.
Prince of Perth.
The Prince of
I think
Perth.
you need to get rid of any nickname unless you're playing regular AFL football.
I'm not a big fan of someone giving you your own nickname.
Especially when you got the King of Perth, Paddy Cripps.
Like he named himself the Prince of Perth, so always goes against me as a pawn. But let's be honest. Last couple of weeks, he's really started to work in his role, and this player is a player that can change games. There's no arguing about that.
Smart footballer who's kicked big goals in big games.
And we know he knows where the goals are.
Yep.
This guy has had multiple 3 bags, 4 bags. He knows how to pick. The problem is I'd say for Carlton is his pressure acts, and we look at them there.
Yeah.
He's averaging 1 to 2, like 0.5.
That's poor.
There's 4 games where he's had 1.
Yeah, that's just not going to get it done.
And his tackles there we can see as well.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, I'm sure he's aware of that. I'm sure he's aware of it, but it's just until those numbers change, we can't confidently rely on him coming into the side and having the impact that we need him to.
And then if we go from someone who puts no pressure on, we're going to the cream of the crop here.
Yeah, this kid.
I love Deluca.
This guy here, have a look at these.
So, this guy dominated. Many people say as well, when Kelly got drafted, this guy had a better year.
Okay.
He was stiff not to come, so that's huge.
Yeah.
So
midfield/forward.
Yeah, he can play midfield, forward. He's
have these type of possession numbers, pressure acts, inside 50. Look, this is
the best way, if no one's seen him, is imagine Sam Powell-Pepper with a brain, with the mobility of Dylan Shield.
Interesting.
Is the way that this guy kind of goes about.
He's built very well. He's got a really solid build to him.
Hard in the tackle.
Yeah.
No messing around.
These numbers are crazy. Like the TPI in the VFL. So this would be TPI in the.
Well, it'd be like the waffle and the VFL. So.
Yeah, that's stark.
But it's you look. Gibbons is 2.89, so it's actually saying Deluca would do a better job than Gibbons.
Yep.
Which is huge, I think. But this guy's got no weakness, really.
Yeah.
This guy is ready-made for AFL football. And if we watched last week, I was speaking to his brother.
Yeah.
He was telling me he really struggled. It was the coldest he's ever played.
Yeah.
And it took him a while to get into the game.
Right.
If you watch the third quarter, that guy showed some dancing.
Yep.
Had it all. Like, this guy is clean.
One to look out for, definitely.
Love Deluca.
Yep. Well, there it is. That's your wrap-up of who's pushing for selection. Let us know if there's maybe someone else in there that we've missed. Mate, we haven't even put our boy Matty O's in there. But to be fair, these are the guys that these are the names that are pushing for selection. So that's it. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. Let's have a chat about it. Who do you want to see come up from this list, if any at all?